you.
Hello, this is the long-awaited tour of Greystone Manor. I'm sorry I haven't been doing many videos recently, or in the last 6 months. We came out of lockdown and life just got busy again. But I'm sure a lot of you have probably seen the tour of this house. This house has done really well in sales and exceeded my expectations. I'll have to do a list below of all the other tours that I've seen people do. I think there's only maybe like 3. I could be wrong, there might be 4 or 5, I don't know. Um, but yeah, so I'm going to be doing my own tour of the house and actually explaining the ideas around it, what was my inspiration, and pretty much like what I put in this house and explain everything. Yeah. Because in a lot of the videos, no one knows really what the room was intended for. Because this house, I build my houses based upon like a story I create in my mind. I think about who lives here. I think about what room goes with that person, and I create like a whole life for these players. So yeah, I am recording it all live, so I have to hope I don't mess this up. And it took me a while to actually set it up today because I completely forgot how to use all the software I use. But yeah, I guess I'll get started. This house I started probably, yeah, about 6 months ago when I did some video like showing all my builds that I'm working on. And a lot of you have had messages saying, oh, when's it going to be released? Oh, please do another video, do more builds. And I was like, I have done more builds. I have. I came back and I started doing builds. It's just, I really couldn't find the time to do the videos or even the motivation. But I owed you guys a video. I owed a tour of this house. I owed the story behind it. And yeah, okay, so I will start off going in the it's not really the front way, kind of. It's like a front entrance, like flex how grand the house is. But yeah, coming in, you have gardens that took. I think this garden in general, like this front bit of area, took me about an hour to do. Just moving things around, adjusting it, creating like garden statues, for example. Unfortunately, you can see that it's a recycled box. I wish there was a way to remove that, but you can't. The little sign. Really nice fountain here with flowers, and then just threw in a couple roses over here because I had no idea what really to do with the rose. They're such a bold flower that you can't really just blend them in that easy. But I added a little rock garden, and yeah, so this is the main driveway for the house. It's a very large driveway. This house is actually inspired by Spelling Manor. For those who don't know it, look it up. It's a very, very expensive manor, I think, in LA. I think so. I could be wrong. I remember doing a lot of research into it, but my mind's blanked a little bit. But yeah, the outside is very, very similar. I tried to keep a lot of the key features it has. I've just adjusted the colour and obviously added my own bits here and there. Originally, there was no side gate in the original plan, and then last minute, I think maybe a week beforehand, I decided to shrink down the gardens and build a driveway on the side. Just because in the original you have this really grand driveway that have a gate, and it makes more sense to have another gate at this side. Because obviously you're driving around, you don't want to just circle and go out the same way. If you're having an event, people won't all fit. So this way they can obviously be driving down there, or even drive in here and then go to the car parking area or drive out the other side. This was done with the floor tiles, I think stone or marble ones, and just enlarged and placed in the right area so it's actually overlapping the plot slightly. Oh god, okay, there is really a lot to do, and I don't think I have had enough coffee. But yeah, you have this nice little feature here that I did, and I was trying to create my individual art, and there's really, sadly, not that much to work with. I've seen a lot of people be really creative, but I just tried highlighting it to make it look grand with like some blue lighting. Over here you have, I wouldn't say the garage, but it's more just like the parking area. I don't really have a garage in this house. The cars are covered. I've done it so you can obviously fit all the cars that you can buy in. And over here I left 2 actual spaces for like staff parking. I won't go in the back garden yet. I will go back round to the front. But yeah, a lot of the things you see were last minute changes. I never used to have the beams there. They were added last minute because I fell in love with the beams while doing the inside hallway. I've got a lot of security cameras purely because I don't always make my plots friends only or like no access. So sometimes I obviously notice that someone's maybe lurking around outside the windows. I don't actually want to confront them because I'm an introvert. So I spy on them watching through the cameras. Going in, let me just shut the door. You have this really grand hallway. You can hear the waterfall from somewhere. But yeah, you have this really grand hallway. I did a lot of different colours. Again, a lot of things that are in this house are last minute changes that just made it look as good as it does. I never intended to use so many greys, but I have this thing where I prefer a modern interior. So a lot of it has been modernised throughout and made it so it's not ultra modern, and it actually resembles very similar to the real thing. So the colour scheme in here was related to the original that I looked at last minute. I was like, you know what, I do like the colour scheme and I will go with it. The ceiling I did last minute because unfortunately we can't colour the ceilings and there just wasn't enough detail. So I went with that. I've probably removed and replaced this rug over 7 times because I wasn't sure about it. And I think in the original I said this was really open, like the original video where I was saying about what I was doing. This was really open and I didn't know what to do, and somehow I came up with that idea to just, not a divider, but it makes it look more sectioned in a way. And it obviously adds a nice little seating area there, and I put some vases over here with some plants. Nice statue. There was originally one each side because I had this thing about mirroring, but I was like, no, too many of these statues. Fortunately, we don't have that many. There's new ones have been added. There used to be a chair where that one is, the little one, but I obviously turned that into a statue. Side table, a little marble kind of thing. And yeah, so I'll start down here. I have to say though, this floor, the main floor in the house, has been redone probably 7 times in total. I have knocked down walls, I have changed the layout, because originally the cinema was on the right hand side, and then probably about a week before I posted and finished, I decided to add a basement, and everything got moved down to the basement. So the cinema down in the basement, added extra rooms down there that I never originally planned on, but it just makes this house complete. It makes it a very grand home. I used a lot of these foam pieces and just changed the colours just because I think it looks like a great example like modern art when I don't want to use all the decals. And I am guilty of getting my decals from another YouTube video that I might have to tag below, because I know it's Miss Lady Squad herself loves all the decals I use, and I'm guilty of stealing them from another YouTube video. But in my defense, they are there for the taking. And it just helps a lot because fortunately it's really hard to find decals sometimes. It's like a lot of the times I just type in modern art and it's just the same stuff repeated over and over. So it's a nice change to find these videos that people have taken the time to do and just add these beautiful decals that obviously just complete the home. But yeah, so I'll go straight ahead. This is the library. It was originally like a sitting area here, but then I was like, no, this can be the library / ballroom. It's got this little desk area, obviously you can move when you're having guests around and stuff like that, but you've got the grand piano, you've got little pictures of all my other builds. It's not necessarily promoting them, it's trying to explain like, oh yeah, this is the history that of my building, from where I started to now, showing all the different types of what I did, the first tower I did, and without an actual picture of the new tower I did, I have the sign that actually goes on the tower. But yeah, so I tried not to do too much detail. I hate clutter, and I know that's silly because it's a really big mansion, but I filled it out the best I can, and it doesn't look too crowded. It looks like the perfect amount. Doing this, I will actually start over on this side. This is the lounge. A lot of you might remember this was the only room that was actually furnished in the tour video, I believe. But yeah, so I changed the furniture around, I changed the colour scheme. I think the only thing that's original is the fireplace and maybe the bookshelves. But yeah, so I added the sofas, I changed the colours of the sofas, different things. I know it's concrete, but textures are just so hard to come by, and I just think it looks good in here. This used to be the cinema, and I opened it up and knocked through, so you have 2 ways in and out. a nice, like another little separate sitting area where you can obviously just chill and maybe drink coffee and catch up with friends, and obviously there you watch TV. Oh, and that was actually something I was meant to change, funny enough, because it's in the other room. But it just slipped my mind. It's not too bad. A lot of people I've noticed actually keep it there. I've entered so many parties in this house, and apart from a couple minor changes, I do keep a lot of the artwork around. In here, you just have a simple DJ booth, because I do like to have music playing sometimes. And I feel like this would be a good place, like if you're trying to role play and have like classical party, you can just put some classic music on there, or even house party music, you know? In here, you have a simple bathroom. I know a lot of people like the way I do bathrooms. For some reason, I love a good bathroom. But yeah, so down there is a light just to make the drain, to make it look a little bit more realistic. For that, I did actually use a broken mirror. I use that a lot, strangely. I guess it's my interpretation of modern art, just because I like the way it looks, but it is actually meant to be a smashed mirror. Coming out here, you have a hallway and an office. I tried to keep in mind that this is a family home and there is kids' bedrooms upstairs. So I added kids' artwork as if like, oh yes, Dad, I drew this for you, put it in your office. I went for this really nice grand thing that I actually got off a TikTok video. It was like a nice green grand look with greys, and I was like, yep, that is perfect. Let me incorporate that in. With this beautiful emerald painting, again from that video, and some scotch, maybe some whiskey. But yeah, so this is a nice area that you can come, sit, maybe spy on people on your property with the cameras. You have an open kind of gym with a like little modern kick to it, yoga mat, a little vending machine, and your bar area. The mix of colours was actually accidental. It was meant to all be like this nice purple colour, but then I was like, you know what, that actually looks nice having two different colours. So I did end up keeping it. Basic sofa like TV kind of thing, so you can host all your guests. You have a sauna with a kind of like tablet idea, so you can control it all by some like tablet system throughout the house. Oh, I'll actually go in there because I did something a little bit different. I made it stones and fire. In here you have the indoor pool, little shower so you get the chlorine off, and then I've done like a beach theme, so obviously it's indoors but it's grand and it gives you the feeling like if it's a rainy day that you're in a way outside. I did it so it looks like sand, and I matched it, and it's ocean waves with blue side, and luckily a sitting jacuzzi. But yeah, I added the ivy and all the like the little plant bits just because I was like, you know what, it needs to look more nature, more outside, because it was just very blue and bland. Let me just run to the other side of the house. Okay, so I will go this way, and maybe I'll circle back around. This is the casual dining room. This is like the family dining room. So it's still grand, but this is where you sit with the kids and you eat your food. You've got your china on display and a nice little like mustard yellowy kind of theme going on without the artwork and the navy blue. Again, you have some drinks, you know, like guest drinks, you know how it is, with a striped carpet. Here you have a utilities room. I believe Miss Lacey will use the word Butler's pantry. Maybe not, I don't know, but but yeah, so originally it is just a utilities room, but I guess in a way it's kind of like a butler's pantry because it's separate to the main kitchen. So obviously you do the dishes, the dishwasher's in here. When you don't necessarily, like, you can obviously still do dishes over there, but this is where a lot of the big stuff go, like the really dirty stuff, and like if you have a cleaner, they take it in there instead of doing it in the family kitchen. For this was really important. It's such a beautiful home. It needed a massive like kitchen area, open plan, kind of high ceilings, and I didn't want it to be too traditional, so I squeezed the TV in there and I put the coffee machine there. But yeah, so as you walk in, obviously you've got this like custom made kind of fridge with cans, and it's a shame we can't get the cans, but yeah, cans are in there with the fridges there. Blender, microwave built in to obviously give it that like whole grand thing, because you wouldn't really see a microwave just sitting on the worktop like you do in England. A lot of the times they are built in. A modern kind of island, which I'm actually using a lot in a lot of my builds recently, with a fire and again more than foam things, a breakfast bar. You have the double hob, which again I use that quite a lot. I just like the way it looks. And then you've got this little cabinet there that I've shrunk down and turned into like a bread box, bread bin. And sadly, we don't have any actual hanging pans. So I decided to shove that up there because I thought that looked great. It actually fits in really well and looks amazing in pictures. And then that little beam, that little marble beam above the light really helped hold it all together. Coming out here, you have a little bench area. I'm going back to saying obviously a lot. But yeah, coming down here, you have a little drinks trolley. Obviously, like a waitress or a maid might push it in there where you're hosting a party. And you have this little seating area and stairs up and down with an elevator. I do call it the staff elevator because obviously if they're bringing food up, it's going to come up on trolleys like that. And maybe like bed linen and like, I don't know, laundry, trolleys. It's why it's over here and not really near the main entrance because the stairs are easy to go up and down. It's more for like the help. And that sounds really bad, but obviously if you have people working for you, they will need to bring things up and down that maybe they can't bring up and down stairs. It's just going to help them out a lot. But yeah, so in here in the left wing, you have the really grand formal dining room where you host all your dinner parties. And I tried to make a half clock with a mirror. Like, unfortunately, it's not the perfect mirror, but the shape looks great. You have roses in the middle, and obviously the ceiling, detailed ceiling with salt and pepper and napkins back here. This does actually lead straight out to where the cars park, like the car parking area is. So you can just park your car, walk in, and then you don't necessarily have to show them the whole house. Yeah, coming down this hallway, you have a little alarm system with the door leading out to the cars, shoes, and a bench so you can change your shoes without getting mud everywhere. Just come in there, slip them off, put the alarm back on, whatever. This is a somewhat storage room. It's kind of like a gardener's thing. Instead of having an outdoor shed for this, I thought connect it, put it at the end of the hallway. So you have like a little office kind of area. You have your Halloween decorations, your Christmas decorations, your barbecue, your child's teddy bears, a little vault for maybe like the guns, and a TV. Tool section up there. We don't really have any real tools, but that does look great. And oil for the cars, which are just out there. I think that is this main floor. So if I just pop downstairs, in the basement you have a shop. I believe it's the Maximum Store Stand, blah blah blah. A lot of people do ask that, but I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 12. I think that's the maximum. And then you have a little like safe area for this store. So you've got money, vaults, just somewhere to store the money aside from, you know, like the regular places like the bank, because you never know what's going to happen. Oh, okay, so one of the cars is falling through the roof slightly. You do have to hop in the car once you spawn it if you want to flex all the cars, otherwise sadly the wheels do come through. But that is easy fixable, and I thought I did fix it. I do believe I smell, unfortunately. I do smell. Yeah, so this is the staff kitchen. Pretty basic. This is like, if you're having an event, they'll come down here, they'll make all the food, and they will bring it back up to the party. I will actually go this way because there's a shower at the bottom, which I will cut the scene for, so I will bring it back and then just cut out the bit that I'm having a shower. This is the wine storage. You have, it's kind of like a wine cellar, but it's more like a wine room. You have a little seating area with chairs, and I know I was very OCD with detail because you have the 2 bottles missing from there and actually on the sampling table. Oh, I'm climbing on the table. You have barrel storage and a little vault here with some more money. In here you have a spa, a nice relaxing area there with a waterfall, and this is actually probably what you can hear upstairs. You have jacuzzi and a little side bathroom, I guess, so you can obviously shower, go to the toilet. I know it's not that closed off, but I mean, you're living in it, you're going to know the people in it. So yeah, alright, I'm just going to take a quick shower, and I will be back in a second. Right, I'm back. I'm sorry for that. I actually underestimated how quickly I would need a shower again. But yeah, so I'm in the spa, and coming out you have a little on-air room here. So they could have a radio, like their own little radio channel. They could be a celebrity that sings, you don't know. The owners might just be very good at singing and record it themselves. You don't know, but yeah, I thought this would be a great little addition because it opens the story up a little bit more. It gives you more of an idea of who that people could be, like more the owners. Coming out of there, you have a shortcut actually to the upstairs. The other side is the stereo system for classical music or event music or house music. And this side is a little room with a ladder leading down. It's just a little bit of a shortcut if you're in a bit of a rush, because there is only one way down over there with the elevator and stairs. This is the security room. Nothing too much in here. It's just where you can just come sit and maybe watch the security. I just thought it would be a nice little addition. I am actually going quite slow, so let me just run here and grab some coffee. And I can't actually grab the coffee right now. Oh god. Okay, give me a second. Give me a second. There we go. I have got coffee. You didn't see nothing. Yes. Okay, so over here, back where the cars come through, you have a little like games area and a cinema. I went with the red theme, so I found every movie in a red colour. And funny enough, I've actually seen all these. Oh, it's working. Okay, it's working. It just doesn't work in parties, I don't think. But yeah, I think it's a really nice colour scheme. It looks very quaint, very warm, and you can definitely enjoy watching a movie here, especially with like the little snack area. You have a bowling alley over here, more neutral colouring. Believe it or not, I did actually colour that. That's just been coloured grey. I didn't just leave it blank. I even considered, I questioned myself if I left it blank, but no. Little bowling alley. Every big mansion kind of needs one. And you have a bathroom here. I'm not a massive fan of putting doors on just because of the way the doors open. So yes, it is a little bit open plan. But the idea is there. The idea is there. You can change it. Here you have a laundry room for, again, like staff or yourself. Like they can come down here, throw some stuff in the washing machine for you, do your laundry, iron it, and then obviously put it away. In here you have a reception room, so obviously people can buzz you in. And I'm saying the word obviously a lot. Again, it seems to be my favourite word. You have a little keypad and oh god, oh here we go. This is the vault. A lot of my builds have been known for having lots of gold, and some people like it, some people don't. And I think over time I've started to realise, you know what? Oh, thank you for whoever just bought one of my builds. But yeah, I think I have come to realise that yes, it is a great thing to see a house with all the money, but upping the value really isn't that great. Like people pay for my builds because of the amount of detail I put in, the amount of time. And I feel like more affordable builds with less gold is better because then they can work for it themselves. And if they want to put the gold in, they can themselves. I know a lot of my builds has had the fully stocked thing, and you'll see like some cash around my house, but I am reducing the gold. Like, these two are just an example for the layout because otherwise you would obviously wouldn't be able to get around. So I've left it so you've got a walkway in the middle and you can obviously fill up. So maybe like here, just stick some more over here. But yeah, in here you have an art vault. I didn't actually do these decals, funny enough. Someone was looking around my house and they did it for me. I didn't notice, but they did it for me, and it's actually all the artwork that I probably would have picked myself. I know the artwork is slightly different to how it would be in real life. But I'm pretty sure that is a more landscape canvas, the Starry Night one. But yeah, I just thought, you know what, they've done me a really big favour by putting all the artwork in for me. It saves me a little bit of a job, and you've got the lasers protecting all the statues. But yeah. So I'm thankful for them for doing the decals for me, and it saves me a little bit of a job. In here you have a bunker. I thought, you know what, you have all this money, you're clearly a very important person. Why not have a bunker for your own safety and the safety of your family? I think this is either a 10-person or a 12-person bunker. You have a vegetable growing section, a little kitchen, open plan, kind of like dining with lounge and games area. You have 4 beds in here with your own little like very compact bathroom. I actually kind of like it in a way. Oh god, I'm stuck on a bed. Okay. Coming out you have another lot of beds in here. You have 4 more beds in here. For my 8. Yeah, like 10 people. 10 people bunker. And oh, I'm getting stuck. You have the master bedroom here. Slightly more bright colour scheme kind of thing. Love the sound of sand when you walk on the bed. But yeah, so it's pretty basic, but it's kept clean. It's like, I feel like it's very futuristic kind of vibes. But it is perfect for maybe like a panicked situation breaks in, quickly get your family down there, maybe, you never know, maybe the end of the world comes and you've got to quickly get somewhere safe. You've got it there. I mean, I'm sure you could obviously get 2 more people in there. They could probably sleep on the sofa, so it could easily be a 12 person, because I think this house might be a 12 person, maybe more house. Going upstairs, I will go the main entrance. I will go the main entrance way just because the look of it all. God, please don't say I run out of coffee. Going up the stairs, you can obviously stand here when you greet your guests and be like, hello, welcome to my grand, beautiful home. Right opposite at the top, you have the master bedroom. You have a bed that's kind of like all connected, so it's not closed off, it's very flowing, like the light flows in, everything. You've got your matching toothbrushes, a mirror, separate little toilet and shower area. You have your walk-in wardrobe over here with your designer bags, your shoes, your hats, and again, a little bit more money stashed away, along with a, I want to say like kind of like office, but it is a makeup table, and I just shoved the laptop there because I thought it would be a great place. Shut the door, look on the CCTV, go onto Messenger, order your groceries, all while you're getting ready in the morning, or maybe even just play YouTube. Play some YouTube music. Spotify, why not? You have a little lounge area with TV, and behind me is the grand bed kind of thing. I do like the headboard here. I'm sad that we don't have more grand headboard actual beds, but it works perfectly. I think I used tin foil for the bed sheet and metal for a top. But coming out here, you have a little balcony area with a table and chairs so you can look out over the pool and your grounds at the guest house. Coming in, I will go the right hand way, right hand side. You have a baby's room. I changed the colour of this a couple of times as well because it was like, what colour scheme? I want it to be in neutral, so I went with Tiffany blue, kind of like aqua maybe. And yeah, the idea for me when I picked this room was the Tiffany blue, like Tiffany box you get with the jewellery. So that's the colour scheme I went with. You've got a little bathroom, obviously. I know they're young, but this is where, I don't know, this is just their little bathroom area. I mean, all the bedrooms have en-suites, I'm pretty sure, so it did make sense. I mean, when they grow up, you can remove all that, maybe just pop a bed in. Or if you've only got like one child, you can move them into one of the many other bedrooms. There you have some artwork, the new, I can't even remember them, the new teddy, the new rabbit. And then coming out of here, a lot of people generally thought this was just a basic bedroom, but this is actually a room intended for the nanny, the night nurse. Like, a lot of the rich people, upper class, have a nanny or a night nurse when they've just given birth or a newborn baby, so they can obviously get their sleep and relax, and because you don't know, they might be very important people and might need their sleep. But that's why it is a pretty basic bedroom, because it's just meant to be for the nanny. You know, that one person there to lend you the helping hand when you need it. Okay, on the left you have a picture of me, because I just thought, you know what, custom decals, little picture of me. It is originally my build, so you can obviously change it when you move into it yourself, along with the front sign saying it's for sale. In here, this was actually designed for my best friend who actually streams and plays ROVILLE occasionally. This was designed for her, but at the same time it's giving me maybe teenage girl vibes. It's a bit more like a teenage girl's bedroom with a little post-it there. You do have your own separate coffee. I'm not sure if I need it, I can't remember. I don't really want to check, but yeah, so I went with green tone. You have your own separate lounge and laptop. The bathroom here, I actually really like it a lot, just because the shape's different. I really enjoy the shape. I try to like put things together to make a little alternative countertop. The toilet is behind the door, and again, shower with plug hole. Right, this is a very detailed bedroom here. It's called the gamer bedroom. It's designed more for like a teenage boy. It's got the creepy little things hanging down, like the red and black. Gaming chair, gaming setup, TV with sofa. I think this would be my perfect bedroom. I probably wouldn't have red. I would probably have like maybe a blue or a yellow. But this probably would be an ideal bedroom for myself. So I just wake up different days and it was like different inspiration. I was like, what can I do? It needs to be a theme. Here we go. And it just looks great in my opinion. You've got a little walk-in with little chest thing, not chest, vault. And your bathroom where I continue the red and black theme with the Hunger Games sign. Oh, and the red toothbrush, all the little details. Your skateboard with the red wheels. I know this hallway's kind of empty. I didn't want to shove too many units in, so I feel like it's good. It looks lived in, but at the same time, it's nice not to have it too cluttered. This is a room that I intend for maybe like a grandma, a grandparent, maybe an auntie or an uncle that's staying. You've got a nice little window. I did try to make window seats, but for some reason I can't sit on them, sadly. But yeah, it's just a lounge, bed, walk-in closet with glass door, and a bathroom. Again, it's a little bit different with the bathroom, different colour. I did a themed ceiling in here, quite nice, like tones, warm. I'm not very good at warm tones normally, so it's nice to see that I managed to make it work. Oh, some dirt. Oh, I thought I cleaned it. Have to get the maid on that. This side, wow, the house is getting very dirty. Let me call in the maid quickly, because that doesn't really help the tour, having dirt. I think I've been touring it for so long that now the house is just dirty. Okay, this is a kids themed bedroom, obviously. It could be for 2 kids, it could be for 1 kid, and this could just, or you know what, this could even just be the room where your kid has sleepovers. Maybe they play in it during the day, but this is where they have sleepovers. I built a castle out of shoeboxes. I woke up and I just had this really big rage of inspiration, and I started building. There's a ladder there, a little unit with books. I kept it colourful. I normally do change all the books, but I did keep it colourful in here. Some scenery to make it look like they're painted on. A little slide that sadly I can't actually slide down. You have 1 bed in here with a beanbag and gaming laptop. And I run up the slides so there. You have another little bed up here. But yeah, oh god, am I stuck? No. And then there I had this little random corner. I was like, you know what, stick a teddy in there. That actually looks really cute. And then you've got a TV above. But yeah, it's not the biggest room, but at the same time, it's got a lot of detail, and it is quite a grand child's bedroom. Down the end, you have I don't know. I think the age bracket I did for this was maybe like 5 upwards, 5 to maybe like 10-year-old girl's bedroom. You have your little kitchen area so you can cook, and it is actually functional. I know it shouldn't be, but it is functional. You have your tea party, your artwork, your Powerpuff kind of girl, and this really grand 4-poster bed. Oh god, I'm stuck. I'm getting stuck. You have your little bathroom with stalls, girls' bathroom, colour scheme. Funny enough, the colour scheme in here was actually inspired by my best friend's bedroom in Canada. She lived between the UK and Canada, and when I visited, her old bedroom had this really contrasting purple and green paint, and it really was the inspiration. A lot of people might not like it, but I just feel like it blends really, really well, and it just goes together perfectly for this room. It really shows who the room's intended for. Here you have a little balcony overlooking dining area. Oh yeah, I forgot to say that is the little breakfast bar down there. I did leave that part out, but yeah, that's a little breakfast area. Here you have some artwork on display, and I actually took that from another build that I haven't posted yet. I will hopefully be posting it soon. But I used that for artifacts in the original build that I stole it from, of mine. God, a lot of words, I'm running out of breath. You have a little TV area here. Well, I say little, you have a very big screen. But it's kind of instead if you don't want to sit in the cinema, you maybe want to watch a movie as a family, you just come here and sit. Chill out. Maybe the nanny brings the kids here and watches cartoons on the massive screen, because you know that would keep them occupied. In this little room here, you have just another bathroom. It's just like a family bathroom. You can run to it. You can choose to go there for a shower if maybe yours isn't working or someone's using another one. And this is the side, the left wing of the house. I call this maybe the staff quarters, because these are 3 separate, isolated apartments. And the idea behind it is maid, butler, maybe gardener. They're all different colours, but they've got their own kitchen, living area, bed and bath. So it's individual apartments, and I just think it does work really well, because obviously if you've got staff, you don't want them to have to travel all the way home. You're paying them a lot. Just let them live in one of the apartments. You've got the elevator there. Different little themes. This is obviously red, grey kind of thing. The end one probably was the first one I did, and I did take a lot of the colour scheme from here for the one we first saw. The plan, like the layout changed a little bit, and I obviously divided it a little bit more and cut it off and just made it work. By doing that, it just made it a little bit sectioned when it's not. Golden blue, yellow, or blue, whatever you want to call it, it just works. It works really well, and the idea of having 3 separate apartments for stuff, I just think it's a really nice gesture. Not only do they get the job and get however much you're paying them a year, but then they get somewhere to live, where they can be just near the kids, maybe near the house. Okay, so let me just pop outside. Oh, okay, yeah, there we go. Little seating area here, kind of like maybe this is where you'd come out with your morning coffee and you'd sit and watch the sun come up. You have a tiny like dining area, outdoor dining here, and wow, okay. So it started raining the second I came outside. I feel like I need to talk a little bit louder now. But yeah, you have a tennis court, some little tennis ball details, and a maze. The maze leads to that little, what's it called? Oh, annex? Maybe not? Oh, it slipped my mind. But yes, it leads to that little area there and a staircase leading up to a top garden above the garage. I can't run, I'm out of energy. Oh no. But yeah, so you have benches, and over here, something a little bit different, but you have a runway. I did add that last minute because the planes got added. But it helps me condense down the garden section a bit more. You have a little mini airway. It's a little bit difficult to land on because sadly you can't reverse the planes. That would be a great thing to add on, is if you could reverse the planes, because it's very hard to park your planes. But yes, so you have like lawnmower there, football, but like somewhere, maybe someone could. I did try adding bushes here, but it just didn't look right. Wow, that was a quick rainstorm. You have the pool area here. I've seen a lot in the Grand Mansion with really long pools, and I just had to have a long pool area. It just looks so good with the house. Jacuzzi, seating area over the bridge. I mean, honestly, imagine sitting down here with your friends, toasting marshmallows, and you just look back and you see that house. It just looks great. You have a little rock climbing thing and a guest house. I guess you can never have too many guests. This could be where your mother-in-law stays. And yeah, it's very well detailed. It's a bit smaller than my normal builds, but I think it's the perfect little guest house size. I am considering making some maybe smaller builds, but to be honest, I'm thinking about doing this little idea where maybe I build the exteriors and like basics like the kitchens, the bathrooms, and obviously then players can move in, because that way it's more budget friendly. I don't spend as much time in it, so I can get more projects done. And I just feel like that could be a good move for me with some of the builds. Over here you have a outdoor like barbecue area, bar, little bonfire bit, lounge and pool table. Down here you have a vegetable garden along with a kind of like storage place. It was actually going to be a playhouse originally, but I thought no, that's a bit weird having a playhouse in the vegetable patch. It makes more sense to have stuff that, you know, that you would use in the garden maybe, or in general. Coming out you have the helipad over there, and I'm just going to walk over because you do have another gate there leading out to the extended driveway and a gate leading to the front. Yeah, so I do think that is it for this house. I'm pretty sure it is. I hope you liked the tour. I hope you give it a like. I know I've been tripping over my words because I tried to do it all in one take and I forget to breathe and I use the same words over and over. But yes, I hope you liked the tour. I hope you liked hearing the story behind it and maybe like a bit more like description about what the rooms are, so you know. And yeah, I enjoyed obviously sharing all the details behind it, how many times I've redone it, how many times I've moved things around. Yeah, so thank you for watching, and I will get back to recording more videos, or at least try to as soon as possible. Right, so thank you and goodbye.
Yeah.